So this is the final time that we see Mel Gibson and Mad Max, huh? Could have been worse. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? And welcome to my review on Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. This is a movie that I was really curious on checking out because I heard nothing about this movie. I had always heard about Mad Max 2, I'd always heard about Fury Road, but I never heard about this one along with the first movie. So I was very curious on watching the movie, and now I know why people don't talk about the movie, but yeah. So, this is the final Mad Max movie in this original trilogy before it ended up getting rebooted and with Fury Road coming out. So, is this a great ending to this trilogy? Is this a great ending to Mel Gibson's Max? Uh, Starting off with my positives on Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome is that I really like the costume design of this movie to how everybody looks in the movie down to where it's kind of like those first two movies, but they're more old and more dusty, and they have more sand on them and all that, to where you can really tell there's like a huge time jump from the second movie. It feels like, and the way their outfits look, especially the villain of this movie, the way her outfit looks, I thought it looked great. I really loved how all these costumes looked. They made it feel more like a bandit in a way, I guess, if that makes any sense, to where their outfits make the fits this world more, to where we're getting closer to what this world was kind of building out, getting closer to what people in this world kind of look like. I really enjoyed that. For some reason, every time I was just watching this movie, I'm like, oh, this person looks cool, especially like the big muscular dude in this movie. Before he dies in the Thunderdome, I thought his outfit looked pretty cool. How he looked like something from like, I don't know, like something from like Resident Evil 4 for some reason. I don't know why it reminded me of that, but yeah. Costume design wise, it looked great. And prior to its title, the actual Thunderdome itself, I really enjoyed it, especially the fight scenes that we do get in it, which is not very many, but I do like it how the rules are two men go in, one comes out. I like that, and how it's basically just a battle to the death. The only thing I didn't like about it is how it had like little bouncy little things that like you would put on like a baby if they were going on a trampoline, like if that makes any sense. But those harnesses that they had to wear to make them jump up and grab the weapons or jump up away from each other, that looked fucking stupid. I did not like that. That's the only thing about the Thunderdome I didn't like. That was pretty fucking dumb looking. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Thunderdome and the fight scenes that we got in there. And if you're gonna title your movie Beyond the Thunderdome, and when this movie's about a Thunderdome, you got to deliver on that. And this movie definitely did on that side of the movie. So yeah, Thunderdome wise, I thought it was cool. I also really like the main villain of what was her name? Anti Entity, I believe her name was. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce her name. I forget how they pronounce her name. So please forgive me. So I do like the main villain of her. I thought she was very cool. Like in the beginning of the movie, you don't know if you should trust her. Like you don't know if she's trying to help you or if she's tricking you. Like she kind of messes with your head a little bit, and especially towards the end of the movie when she becomes like a really scary person in a way. I really liked her. She was a cool villain, and I like how they don't really try to play her out as the main villain. They try to keep her distance away, and kind of. And yeah, she was a great villain, but they don't try to overuse her as the villain. They don't try to overuse her as a person in a way, I guess I could say. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I thought she was a cool villain. I liked how they didn't try to overuse her. They didn't try to make her the spotlight of the movie, even though she's like in the center of the fucking poster. But the main villain of Auntie, I thought Onity, how do you say her name? But anyways, I thought she was a cool villain. I liked how she messed with Max's mind and how she kind of fucked with him throughout the entire movie and how she made him like, and how she like built out this entire sanctuary in a way and who she has to make everybody work. I thought she was a cool villain, and enough said. Now moving on to my mixed aspects. This movie feels that it's really scaled back on the action. It's kind of like Mad Max 2, but Mad Max 2 had some action, but we don't get to see much action until like the final few minutes of the movie, like maybe 25 minutes, I don't know. But like the final few moments of the movie is when we really get action. The only other action that we get is when they're escaping and when we're in the Thunderdome. That is it. That is the only time that we truly get action, and it's a shame too because when you see how great the action was at the end of the second movie, and you think the huge success of the box office with that one, they would give them a bigger budget and they would do more action. You would think, but they don't, and it's really confusing. It's like, well, why wouldn't you do that? But I'm not a filmmaker. I don't know what's right or what's wrong, but I don't know. And again, I kind of understand that because maybe they don't want too much action. They want more character development in this one, but after you see that great action sequence at the end of the second movie, you're like, ooh, let's see what they got for us this time, but apparently not. I'm moving on to my negatives. This movie's too goofy for me. This movie's very comedic central to where to the fucking beginning of the movie to where Max isn't very serious in this movie to where he's serious at some moments of the movie, but at other points of the movie he's just a joke. He's basically treated as a joke throughout this entire fucking movie. And the entire time it's just like you get these stupid characters that are just there for comedic relief. Almost every character is a comedic relief. Like this movie just doesn't take itself seriously. Like everything's a fucking joke, and it frustrated me. It's just like, why is everything a joke? Why is this movie more slapsticky and not serious? Like the only serious character was Max and somewhat the villain, but yet again, somewhat of the villain was also a fucking joke. I don't know why they decided to make everything a joke, but apparently that's just the entire fucking movie. And I said this before with Mad Max 2. None of these characters interest me. None of these characters I remember. All the only characters I know is like you get the villain. There's this little small looking dude that was on like this big muscular guy that ended up dying in the Thunderdome. You get this stupid character that is mentally disabled, and he's basically there for comedic relief, and he has no idea what's going on. He has no idea what anybody is doing. And then you get like this love interest, and then you just get these other characters that no one knows. That's the characters. And they're given, again, no character development, no nothing. Maybe there was one for one character, but I don't remember. None of these characters interested me. None of these characters were fun. None of these characters I was rooting for. And when they died, I was just like, oh, damn, bro. All in all, guys, Beyond the Thunderdome, I don't care for it too much. It is my least favorite of the original three movies. It is my least favorite from this trilogy. Not a very good closing to this trilogy, but yet again, I'm not the biggest fan of Mad Max. But maybe if you're a huge fan of the last two and you really loved the other two, maybe you like this one too, but it just didn't work for me. So possibly give it a shot, but again, it didn't work for me, but it might work for you. So it just wasn't for me. What do you guys think about Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome? What have you seen it? What do you think about it? Do you prefer it over the first two? Do you prefer one of the other movies? Do you prefer this over the second one? Let me know in the comments below, and we shall talk about it. If you like this video, like it. If you loved it, subscribe and bell notifications so you will get notified for all of my latest videos and for my review of Mad Max Fury Road, hopefully sometime today or maybe tomorrow. We shall see. But thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video.